Hello everybody, I'm Lauren. I play the voice of James in The Ceiling Fan, if you didn't know that. If you don't know what The Ceiling Fan is, if you're just randomly watching this video, that's probably a little bit creepy, so stop watching this video. So, I also did the artwork. I do all the artwork for The Ceiling Fan, and Kevin thinks I do a good job. So I'm going to just go through now and just show you a little bit about the album artwork for this upcoming new Ceiling Fan album, which you're all going to love very much, I hope. And so let's just go through and I'll show you a little bit of the things that I did for the album and how I normally go around drawing these pictures that I do. Okay, so this is how I draw. This is the tools that I use to draw the pictures. First, I use a pen. Very good for drawing things. Pens are usually good for drawing things. Then I draw onto this tablet. And so you'll see that when I go like this, just draw on the tablet, it goes into the computer, it acts like a mouse, it's pressure sensitive, so if I press harder, it gets dark, when I press light, it gets small. So this is what I draw with. This is the tools that I use. Now I'll show you how I go around making an actual picture. I'll start off with a white background usually. No significance to it, that's just what I do. And let me select my brushes, default brushes, This brush should work. There we go. Alright, the way I started out for the Ceiling Fan album is I didn't know what to draw. I had talked to Kevin a little bit about what he wanted me to draw, and so I just sat down and started drawing something really random out. Just started drawing like the basic skeleton and sketched out what this was gonna look like. So just sat there and sketched like that. Very rough draft, but that's good because if you don't have any structure, you'll just have blobs all over the place. It would just look like this. People playing a guitar. And that would look stupid. Just be a blob playing the guitar. Anyway, and so what I ended up with was this. That is the very early prototype picture for the Ceiling Fan album. Next, I add color. And for this one, it was pretty complicated, so I just started adding shades. I just started adding the background. There's really, for me, I don't have a set process that I use for this. Did the background, did some of the shading, take them out of there. I'll draw them in later. Here's some highlighting. This is for the spotlights. As you can see, there's spotlights in the background here. And this is all done with just a brush. For the spotlights, I just used a lens flare brush, this one, and there's our lights. Now when we get to the characters themselves, I'm not going to show them to you, but I will show you a little bit of how I go around actually creating a character. I'm just going to do it kind of a sample character. Let's say we want to draw Uncle Bernie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I'm not going to draw on a lens flare brush, I'm going to start with a basic drawing of him. So let's say I'll just kind of, usually when I draw them I listen to them so I can get kind of an idea, and then their voices go with their faces a little more. But let's say I've listened to him quite a bit, so let's say Uncle Bernie! Maybe he has a smaller nose because that's what he sounds like, so just kind of sketch that out. And a little character in the eyebrows there. I like to add character up there. Give him a little mustache, make him look a little older. There. Comb over. Definitely a comb over. Perfect! Obviously, his ears aren't even in the right spots. And his eyes look like he's crazed. But it's going to start out with that character. I'm going to start out with this background guy. Then, from there, I'm just going to fine tune it. I'm going to add color. times, ran it over and over, and there he is. Isn't he so spectacular? Just looks so much like Uncle Bernie. Okay, that's a really poor example, but that's basically the way that I go around drawing it. In the future, with this picture, I will go around and just keep adding color until it looks good. I would do the eyes. I would, I'll do an eye for you real quick. Say he has brown eyes. Brown eyes are interesting. No. I'm gonna make the hardness of my brush. The brush is what I draw with. I'm gonna make it harder. And just a little more detail. And of course I would work on that for another probably 20 minutes or whatever. So, but there we have an eye. And I would use the same process for the whole face. Just keep adding color, keep adding things until it looks good. You ready for this? Bing! Wait, that's not it. There we go. There you go. Sneak peek. This, well, comment on this video and just guess who this is, because that will give us some audience participation. I usually use reference photos just so I can kind of base my artwork off of something, and so it has its own style. But at the same time, I like to put little flares of other people's style, like Gary Locke, because he does the artwork for Odyssey. I like to kind of give it the Odyssey feel and do artwork that looks like Odyssey, if that makes any sense. So, now you've had a sneak peek of don't tell anybody. Don't even tell Kevin. He didn't want me to do this. Actually, I have no idea if he wanted me to or not, but don't tell him. Wait. I just told you who it was a sneak peek of. Kevin, bleep that part out, okay? So, that is that, and that is how I do the artwork for the ceiling fan. Kind of in a nutshell. I mean, there's much more that goes into the artwork, but obviously I can't show you in a 5-minute video. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoy this album, and I hope it makes your year, because it sure made ours. And we made our year making it as well. Ooh, figure that out. Alright, long live the ceiling fan, and the voice actors, and the crew, and the fans as well. Peace. I don't even know you.